Today we're gonna get our first impressions of the WYZE Cam version 4 and compare it to some other models, such as the WYZE Cam Pan, the version 3, and the OG. Let's unbox the WYZE Cam version 4. Dark mode, let's go. New color scheme on the box. Sick. Looks like Halloween, but better. This looks like Blueberry. 2.5K, that's sick. Indoor outdoor WYZE Cam version 4, it says night as clear as day with color night vision with a built-in spotlight when you need to see more. Let's dive in. Here we go. My favorite part. It's funny, you still get the eye back to the WYZE Cam 4 like it's still like in development. You get the sticker every time. Ooh, it's slick. It's like gray. The stand is a little more, no, it's about the same. It felt sturdier. It's probably just because it's new. Get this one, it's very important. Oh, that's nice. Rubber band, it's not a privilege. Way sleeker, dude. Look at that thing. Like takes it out of the dark ages. I think the gray is better for hiding though too. Get a magnet plate. What else do we get? It's all gray now, dude. Got a gray brick. Got 3M double stick and a washer so you can put it on the magnet, or you can screw that washer into the wall. It's a magnet. You got a little drywall anchoring kit. Although this thing is so light, you could probably put a drywall screw just right into drywall and it would hold it because it's so light. It doesn't weigh a dang thing. Pretty neat. Oh, it also has candy. Don't eat that. Don't eat it. So the stand is pretty multifunctional, which is neat. You can kind of, you know, if you're mounting above, you can twist it in any direction there. You can also tilt it and you can kind of raise and extend it away from the wall. If you just wanted to set it on a shelf, you just set it on a stand. You could make it a little higher, not too high, it'll tip over. But you can pan, kind of point it wherever you need to. So pretty handy stand that's built into it. It'll do a lot of what you need to do. And the cable comes right out of the back. And it does have a weatherproof connector. So once you plug this USB in, it does seal it to a certain IP rating, which I don't remember what it is, but it's enough to be out in the rain and the weather. On the other hand, this side is not weatherproof. You can't have this brick in the rain. There would be getting water inside of it, which is no good. So the cable's gotta be, it could be on your porch or something, somewhere where it's not gonna get wet. If it was gonna be exposed to rain or something like that, maybe you could get it inside of a box, like an electrical outlet box that has the cover on it. That would be the idea. Or poking this cable through a wall. They do have like extension cables out there for USB, so you can always make this much longer if it's further away. But yeah, you can virtually get this thing anywhere. You have some power for it. WYZE also offers a battery for this. So if you're in an area that you don't have power, or if it's hard to get power there, you can just run a battery that you have to recharge and reset. To set this camera up, open up the WYZE app. It's the same as all the other ones. We need to press the setup button.
Ready to connect.
And wait till you hear that. So that's important. I mean, it'll walk you through that. When you go to set it up, go to WYZE Cam 4, make sure you're plugged up, hit next, press setup, which we already did.
Ready to connect.
It says ready to connect when I clicked that, and now I hit begin setup. I gotta turn all my stuff on. Bluetooth Wi-Fi, there it is. So now it's connecting. Pairing, you gotta pick your local Wi-Fi and connect to that.
Connection is in progress, please wait.
This is snappy. This is fast. I mean, I think the OG's similar, but this feels even faster. Just the setup process, how quickly it grabbed onto the Wi-Fi. I mean, I have a really good signal here too, which isn't always the case. So
Setup completed.
I don't know where we're gonna put this one, but we'll call it V4 for now for this test. So you can attach the Camera Plus plan. This camera has successfully attached, Cam Plus successfully attached, so there was a pending one. Cool. So things to try for setup, you can put it in a group, you can share it to other people. We're not gonna do either of those things, but there you go, then you finish that. Some notes here. Keep it a foot away from the ceiling. Why? We recommend mounting your camera at least 1 foot from the ceiling to avoid spotlight glare. Interesting, smart. It keeps the flaring out of the lens, which I've had some problems with that with other cameras. We have one outside by the light, and the light is just beating on it, so it's hard to see everything at night, but we're gonna fix that. You're all set, your camera's set up, ready to go, hooray, continue. All right, we're gonna update the firmware.
Give him a fair shot.
We're going from 4.5 to 1 to 3, so that might be pretty good update. While that's updating, I'm going to insert the SD card into the machine. There's a little flippy flappy here. Flippy flap that out. And insert the SD card. Wait for that satisfying click. Make sure your cover's pushed all the way back on if it's going to be in a rainy environment. Well, I can tell you one thing. I don't know comparatively, but the dynamic range looks improved. Because I can see Evan, and I can't even see him with my eyeballs. And it does not necessarily, oh, it's tracking my hand. Look at that, it made like another little window. It was like zoomed in on it. That's crazy. Tracking looks good. I never seen it do that. It's called Smart Focus. It's in beta. So we can toggle that. That's cool. I think we use this as our main camera, dude. That looks good. Okay, let's make sure our internal storage is good. We're gonna go in here and go to manage SD card. And we're gonna format it. It looks like it didn't really need that, but since it's right out of the box, I think it's a smart idea to format it the first time, so that way the camera is happy with it. That's just good, good stuff. Okay, night vision mode auto. Night vision conditions would be dark. The environment has extremely low light. Dusk environment. Yeah, I think night vision only once it's actually dark is cool. So, night vision IR lights on, cool. Camera status, rotate image 180. So if you're upside down, you can rotate the image 180. So the detection settings. The following settings influence event recording, automation that use this device as a trigger. So how sensitive it is, you can pick a zone. So you can say, don't detect based off of that zone, but it detect only off of this zone. And that would like be a useful case if like part of your image is the street and you don't want to necessarily capture that all the time. You just want to only see when someone's at your door or something like that. So you can do zoning for detection, motion tagging. That tags the motion. You can toggle that on and off. There's a motion warning. So if there's motion, it can say you are being recorded. So motion.
Hi, you are currently being recorded.
Terrifying, right? Or the tone from WYZE. Well, it's gonna only do it every 30 seconds. So we gotta wait. We'll do 10 seconds, we'll just wait. That's the sound that you're being recorded. And you can set that once per event, every 60 seconds, every 30 seconds, every 10 seconds. Sound detection sensitivity. Yeah, so that's like if you wanted to detect sound that seems to be detecting too many sounds, just normal environment sounds, then you can turn that down and then it's a lower sensitivity. Event recording can be triggered by motion or sound. And then you can do smart detection events or all events, or you can customize what exactly you want. So person, pet, vehicle, package, camera, TV, person. You've got other smart sounds, talking, gunshot, that'd be a good one to be notified of. I would say, yeah, that's good. Glass breaking, decent. That'd be fun to test. Play it through a speaker, glass breaking sound. Talking, meowing, barking, and baby crying. Those are all smart sounds. Package is a smart motion. That's interesting. So if you're at the home page, you can see all of your options there, but if you go to events, you can see it sees Evan, so it knows there's a person there, and it marks that clip. It saw my hand is what triggered that motion actually. But yeah, you can see that it's capturing those motions, and it shows them by date. So if it's like, hey, Friday, I think someone was at my door, you can go Friday the 29th. Well, we didn't have this camera on Friday the 29th, so there's no events found, but you get the idea. You can see the events and guesstimate what time. We've found things out and seen stuff on our cameras time and again just by saying, okay, I think they were here at 3 o'clock. And you can look and see who was with someone or what they had, yada yada, coming and going from the studio. Out of curiosity, but as well as like useful. It's like, did someone pick up the thing they were supposed to pick up? Yeah, they did. I can confirm that on the camera. So definitely useful to be able to sort events like that. So to get to the playback on the camera itself from the SD card, you can go to the camera and then that first icon, SD card, well, it's gonna load the stream first, and then you go SD card. Now you're on the playback mode, so you can shuffle through all that stuff. Obviously there was nothing at 7:30 this morning, so it's not gonna show anything. You can go all the way up to present time. And actually the green on the right side shows where the recording is. And you can go live. You can take a screenshot of live. You can just decide, okay, I just want to record all of this moment, like in a clip, and clip that in your events. The smart focus thing is new to me, so it seems to like see the motion and zoom in on it. So if there was like a little man over here, it's gonna zoom in on a little man. Interesting. Siren. I told it to stop. Okay. So yeah, that's really fun to scare your friends with. You can also decide to turn the light on. So it's like the headlight, which in this current lighting environment doesn't really change anything, but at night that could make a big difference. If you wanted to see daytime color, there's also the infrared. Yeah. You can talk into it right here. Yeah. You can. It's right here. Check, check.
Check, check.
Yeah, you can always, get in here and zoom in and see what's going on. That's Evan. He's paying attention. Huh? Now we're gonna compare these cameras visually between a night vision setup and a non-night vision setup just to see how they look and compare. All right, this is the WYZE Cam Pan, the first version of the pan in the dark. This is the same lighting scenario or dark scenario for all of these cameras, so you get an idea of what that looks like. Okay, and for reference, this is the WYZE Cam OG in a lit scenario. And this is the WYZE Cam OG in a not so lit scenario. This is the dark. I can't see much, really. Alright, this is the WYZE Cam version 3 in a lit scenario. This is me. This is my life. And this is my story. This is the WYZE Cam version 3 in dark. Same dark scenario for all the other ones, but just different camera, and you're looking at it. So, what do you think? Okay, this was Me in the studio, lit. I'm lit right now. I'm so lit. Right now, visually, I can see what I'm doing. There's enough light like coming from down the hall here, but it's not enough to like, it would be like pretty much a nighttime scenario, like outside of your home with maybe some like street lights in the distance kind of scenario. But yeah, it's, I mean, it's dark for all intents and purposes here, but I don't think it looks dark.
Now we're going to compare and contrast and get an idea of the differences of these cameras. Obviously they're all from different like kind of release points as far as WYZE's technology advancements go. They're all from different price points as well. But these are the ones we had that we can compare. So we're going to show you that. Here is the lit version of the WYZE Cam Pan. And these are in no particular order, but yeah, it's pretty like, you can kind of see that it loses a lot of detail in my face, especially if you pause it during a section that's very compressed. It's like even in the lit scenario. And then for the dark, it is really crutching on the IR light. And yeah, this box that it's sitting on is really kind of flaring it out, which is bad, but I think also like it's just doing a poor job of handling the lighting of that scene. But yeah, not very IR-esque and kind of like stereotypical night camera look. So, and look at in the IR, you can see where there's black paint on my hoodie that you can't normally tell is there because it's black. But with the IR light, you can see all that black paint on me. Look at that. Very interesting. Very cool. All right, so we're stepping up to the version 3. Well, stepping forward. These are in no particular order. The lit quality is much better. But you'll notice here, even just in these frames and stuff, you can see the compression is like, you kind of lose the detail in the face a lot, which I think is like probably the most valuable thing with a security camera, is if you're someone somewhere they shouldn't, you'd hope that you'd be able to recognize them. Yeah, not bad. Okay, so here we go into the dark, and yeah, just the color night, or you know, the color dark is pretty good on this camera. Like, yeah, you can tell from the pan camera, like it's dark over there. I mean, as far as like just regular light conditions go, this was pretty dark. This light was like from up down the hall, like there was lights on down the hall, but like, you know, I could not probably see very well to tie my shoes. I could probably do it by touch, but not by sight. Okay, now the OG camera. This is it in the lit scenario. So I would say the sharpness and detail like right away is like better, but there is some like loss. Like there's like noise reduction or something going on that is kind of making it worse in that scenario, but it's honestly better for what you need. You need to be able to recognize the person and see everything clearly, and I think it's doing that compared to the version 3. The version 3 actually looks like a better image, but the OG is more useful image. So here's the OG at night, pretty similar to the version 3. You get a lot of that artifacting. It's trying to like almost long expose like certain pixels. The version 3 actually seems to handle this nighttime motion better. But it's clear and it's sharp, which is important. So on to the version 4. So this is the version 4 in the lit scenario. And kind of a similar thing here, it's much sharper and clearer overall, but there is that like noise reduction that's going on, which I think is good. It makes everything a little less active. That's a really good shot. Really good. But yeah, I would say that's probably our best as far as that lighting goes. Also, I don't think, was that light on for the other ones? No, the light in the shot on the right side of frame was only on for the first, well, we did the V4 first, and it does show how well it handles that flaring and stuff like that. So that's cool. So yeah, the motion, color night motion is pretty similar to the version 3 and the OG, but it is better in the version 4 overall, I would say.
After that deep look into the different results of the night and day modes for these cameras, there is a clear winner, and it's not with surprise that the newest camera looks the best. So yeah, it's good. It's honestly a good test. It should look better. Shouldn't be looking worse. So it's good to find that to be true. I think the design of this thing is cool. A little more rounded, kind of more modern look. I'm into it. It's a little more low key. I never really liked the bright white. If you have a white wall, that works great, but anywhere else it kind of sticks out. Anyway, it's a little more easy to conceal, but yeah, that aside, visually and audio, this thing is way better. The version 3 right behind, it's not really that different from the grand scheme of things. Things are a little sharper and sound quite a bit better. You know, the OG is pretty similar to the version 3 as far as sound goes and the overall visuals, but I think the version 3 has a little bit leg up over. I think it's a little more money, or originally was. I would say these are good at mass, right? If you need a ton of these, this is a good guy. The version 3 is nice in your important areas, but for us, we're gonna go with the version 4 in our most important area, such as our back. We have a container there we want to make sure we can always see in case someone decided they wanted to see what was inside of it. We could catch them in the act. So the version 4 will probably go there to take that duty. And the pan, this is the version 1 pan, so it's a little long in the tooth, but we had it in the drawer, so we figured we'd shoot it out with these. And the pan is neat if you need the ability to look around and you have that scenario. I think what comes to mind for me is pets. If you need to see your pet at home and you need to look around the room, maybe even the motion of it will attract your furry friend and bring him over or her over to say hi to you on camera. So that's kind of how I imagine that is very useful. But overall, quality-wise, does not match up to these newer models. But I'd be interested to see the version 3 pan versus these to see if it's in the same wheelhouse, because I think the pan is useful in some scenarios. Otherwise, just more of these is somewhat our solution, and I think the right way to go. Then you just have multiple angles. Price-wise, the version 4 is the most expensive, so you'd hope that it was better than the rest. It is the most new of these ones here, so not much of a difference. I mean, as far as these things go, they're pretty cheap to start, in my opinion. I feel like a decent security camera like this only being $35 or around there, and then they're on sale all the time, and there's different, you know, ways you can save money on them, different packs even, I'm sure, that can get you some bundle deals on these things. So super good value. Like the OG is, you know, about $10 or so less. I would say spend the extra 10, get the version 4 over the OG, unless you need like 15 of them, you know, because then you're saving $150 over 15 of them versus $10 over just one of them. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something about the WYZE cameras today, at least checking out that version 4. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. It helps this channel out and helps us create more content for you. Like this video if you so did like this video. My favorite thing to say. And then comment if you have any questions about these dang things, because we got a lot of them. We also have a lot of WYZE products overall. So if there's a WYZE product you really like or want to learn about, or you're on the fence about buying, we might have it and we can do a review on it. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.